I actually think it's time to not even have the debate anymore.
Wait,
because
what?
that's how great LeBron James has been for as long as he has been that great.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So I wanted to check on this video from Scap Attack. It's been a little while since I've watched Scap, and this one's very appropriate because this one's called LeBron Hits 50K and Still Not Close to the GOAT. And, I watched this live. I didn't intend to hit the 50K game or anything like that, but I watched part of this game live. I had a friend over and we were kind of browsing through all the games at the time. We settled on watching New York, and I can't remember who, but we did glimpse at this, and then we were like throwing up at the fact that like our phones were just nonstop blowing up. LeBron this, LeBron that, LeBron this, LeBron that, all from NBA, the NBA app. And it was just like, dude, like all night we were just like, this is why we hate LeBron. Like, straight up, we were having a good old laugh about it. Like, this is why we hate LeBron. Even if I wanted to like him, I can't, because the NBA is just shoving him down our throats. Anyways, he hit 50K and nothing changed in my book. So let's check this video out. As I always do, I'm going to link the original Scap Attack video down below in the description for you. So if you haven't checked out this channel yet, I highly recommend it. It's literally the channel that I created, a reaction channel, in order to react to one of Scap's videos, and that's the very first video that I ever reacted to, so it goes back a long ways here. Anyways, please leave this video a like, I appreciate it, and let's do this.
Well, the self-proclaimed GOAT and media-anointed king just reached another arbitrary milestone, 50,000 career points.
LeBron, congrats on 50,000 points. It only took you 22 years.
No, not regular season points, which is the number we typically always hear about. That would be total points in the playoffs and regular season combined. Of course, the endless cavalcade of media jock sniffers were quick to rush on the scene and do what they do best in drooling and slobbering all over their longevity king.
But LeBron has always picked himself back up, kept going, repeatedly rebuilt his team, picked it back up.
And that even includes a guy like ESPN.
He forgot to mention the part where he destroys his team, and then he has to rebuild the team and pick it back up. Then he destroys the team, and here we are. He hasn't, I'm surprised he destroyed the Lakers, but stayed with them. It's kind of a first.
ESPN's preeminent
For
mouthpiece and alleged Jordan guy, Stephen A. Smith, who was lathering himself up on his show First Take.
Meaning longevity, a sustained level of pristine excellence. LeBron James is the GOAT.
Stephen A. went so far as to say that we shouldn't even have a GOAT conversation anymore because it's unfair to LeBron.
I actually think it's time to not even have the debate anymore.
Wait,
because
what?
that's how great LeBron James has been for as long as he has been that great.
But what does
I mean, I saw Stephen A. say he was the GOAT of longevity. I've been saying that for years too. But I also saw like a week ago Stephen A. basically saying the same thing he always says. Like, I got LeBron at 2, I got MJ at 1. And he was talking about, complaining about how, like, why is Rich Paul got to get offended by that, So wait, did he just flip-flop that fast?
LeBron
Or is this taken out of context? Because all I saw Stephen A. say is, when it comes to longevity, LeBron is the GOAT. So is this taken out of context?
LeBron's albeit very impressive accumulation of counting stats actually mean? Is LeBron actually the greatest scorer in NBA history? Well, ask yourself this. Prior to LeBron's recent assault on the all-time scoring list over the last 3 to 4 seasons or so, Karl Malone sat at second on that list. He is still third at this very point in time. So ask yourself, was Karl Malone ever considered one of the greatest scorers ever?
Nope.
Or simply some guy that played longer than mostly everyone else?
That's why this stat never mattered. It really doesn't. It's like saying whoever's the leader in pass yards. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head in the NFL. That's the greatest ever to do it. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Another nugget for your consideration, Eli Manning just missed out on a first ballot induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Are you kidding me?
And that is with 57,023 career passing yards.
How does he not in the Hall of Fame? That guy showed up to work every single day for us. He never missed a single start his entire career until we benched him. And that was the most screwed up thing, and that's why the Giants are cursed. We took him. He was still starting. He would have stepped down or gotten traded had we have told him and just said, hey, dude, we want to move in a new direction. You know? But no, we just said, you're coming off the bench. And we ruined his streak. Anyways, well, how is he not in the Hall of Fame, man? 2-time champion, underdog. Come on, man.
Good for 11th on the all-time list, above such players like Steve Young, John Elway, and Joe Montana.
Yeah, he's not better than them.
This is while posting more career touchdowns than any of those players and winning 2 Super Bowls, while being named Super Bowl MVP in each of them and beating the NFL's undisputed GOAT Tom Brady
twice.
in both.
Yeah, both times we were the wild card, too. We had no business being there. It was David versus Goliath. And David won both times.
Not even a first ballot Hall of Famer, because all stats are not created equal.
Yeah, those interceptions. I know this is not a football video, but I would every single week I would watch the games live. So many times I'd see the ball right in the hands or the chest of the receiver, and then it just bounces off, and then there's an interception. It drove me nuts as a Giants fan. It killed me to see it. But yeah, I mean, all things together, should he be a first-time ballot Hall of Famer? Yes. Is Eli Manning the GOAT? No. Stop it. Not even close.
In order to reach the 50K milestone, James has now played in a total of 1,835 career games. And that is, again, regular season and playoffs. To compare that total to other marquee all-time scores, it is currently 269 more games than Kobe Bryant played in, 584 more than Michael Jordan, and 630 more than Will Chamberlain. LeBron James only led the NBA in scoring one time. That is once only in terms of points per game and once only in terms of points scored. One time in 21 qualified years now and counting. Contrast that.
By the way, was that when he was with Cleveland in the second stint?
Michael Jordan, who led the league in scoring 10 times in points per game and 11 times in total points scored for a season in only 13 qualified seasons.
Literally, even though it should be easy to remember, 10, the number is so high, I forget it all the time. How many times Jordan had a scoring title? Because every time I want to say 10, it sounds like too much, but it's always 10.
Then we get into high leverage scoring, 40, 50, and 60-point games, of which LeBron isn't even close to reaching the pinnacle of any of those milestones. LeBron currently has a mere 79 career 40-point games. Almost an unimaginably tiny number to wrap your head around in so many career games. Will Chamberlain, meanwhile, has a gaudy 271, nearly 200 more than the alleged king.
Yes, sir.
While Jordan is second on that list with 173, and Kobe checks in next with 122. And again, accounting for the differential in amount of games played, LeBron has scored 40 points only 4.3% of the time, while Chamberlain did it an absurd 22.5% of the time. Jordan, meanwhile, checks in at 13.8% and Kobe 7.7%. As for 50-point games, well, again, the usual suspects are at the top. Wilt with 118.
Score, man.
Jordan with 31, and Kobe with 25. LeBron with a mere 14, despite playing in literally hundreds of more games than any of these other players. Of course,
that shot always gets me.
Literally hundreds of more.
All right, so he's in motion now. Look at his right foot.
Game.
Why What happened there? Why is he landing like this? And why did he extend that foot? Is he kicking him?
Games
Is he trying to?
than any of these other players. Of course, the longevity stats can go in the opposite direction too, as LeBron has missed more shots than any other player in NBA history.
Oh, yeah.
Much more. His 17,938 missed shots in the regular season and playoffs is 1,000 more than the number 2 person on that list, while the turnover king is also far and away the leader in total career turnovers, as his 6,469 are leading second place in that field by nearly 2,000. And perhaps the most dubious distinction of all, career finals losses, of which he is also the undisputed king of, sitting at just 22-33 overall for his career in 10 finals appearances.
Sweet.
The 33
That's an F minus.
losses being the most for any player in league history.
Is this your game?
In fact, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan combined lost fewer games than LeBron in the finals, many less, with only 25 total final losses between the two true kings of the NBA. Perhaps we need to discuss...
I mean, 25 if you add them both, but man, if it's just MJ, let's see, he lost one game in every one, except for one series he lost... No. He lost 2 games in every series except for one series against the Lakers. He lost 1. So that's 12, 13. 13 losses for MJ. Is that right? And then 16 wins? No, way more than 16 wins. What am I saying? 4 times 6, 24 wins. 24 and 15, I think it is.
Between the two true kings, with only 25 total final losses between the two true kings of the NBA. Perhaps we need to discuss why and when accumulated stats became so important. Larry Bird, after all, is only 40th on the all-time career scoring list, well below other positional counterparts such as Kevin...
I got that all wrong. So it would have been 6, 12, so it's 11. Right? Yeah, it's 11. MJ lost 11 games in the finals.
Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and Dominique Wilkins, while Magic Johnson is 88th in scoring all time, drastically outmatched by the gaudy career statistics put forth by Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and even a player like Gary Payton, just to name a few. No one cared about these counting stats before they wanted to hoist LeBron to levels he didn't deserve and couldn't reach under ordinary standards.
Exactly.
And
exactly. And that's the whole point. Scap just nailed it right on the head right there. That's the only reason people are making a big deal out of it, is because they think that changes the GOAT debate for some reason. It didn't change nothing. We're talking championships here. We're talking about a record that can't be undone now because it's too late, because LeBron lost too much. It is what it is. You can't go back in time. So you want to rack up all the points in the world. You can get the 60K if you want. It's not going to change anything, because scoring without wins means they're empty stats.
Or LeBron does have those 4 titles. Yes, but what tactics did he have to deploy in order to get them? And even with those unusual and unprecedented team stacking strategies, James still has those aforementioned 33 career finals losses. 3 times as many as Michael Jordan had to get 2 fewer rings while playing 30% longer of a career and counting. In fact, LeBron really doesn't do anything better than Michael Jordan, certainly not in the times when it mattered most. Winning time. And to see the complete playoff breakdown between Jordan and LeBron, check this video out now and make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with more from me. Until next time.
Great video. Yeah, that's what it always comes down to me for, is I think of it as in like a production in a business, right? So you've got one guy here. Say your business is shipping out for you're freaking Amazon, right? So we're dealing with people shipping products, right? You got one guy. this one guy is basically, he's okay. He has shipped out four boxes, right? 4 packages, and it took him, let's say, 20 days in order to do that. No, let's say 22 days to do that. And in those 22 days, you know, he flubbed some, whatever, but he eventually got there. You know, he got his 4 packages out. You know, it took him a lot of time, but he did it. And he was pounding his chest and putting a crown over his head the entire time in those 22 days. He got those 4 packages out, right? Then you got a guy who comes in, and it's another guy, and in 15 days he managed to get out 6 packages, right? Who's the greater employee? I'd like to say it's the one who got out more packages in less time. More victory, less time. More success, less time. Did more in less time. I don't understand why it's so different when it comes to basketball, you know? Because if LeBron had like 8 championships or something at this point, I think we'd probably all have a whole different conversation. But the point is he did less wins, and that's what shipping. You know, that's a transaction for a basketball team. That's what you want, is to win a championship. That's the goal. That's when you win. You know, so he's only accomplished it 4 times, and he's done it over the course of like 22 years. Well, Michael Jordan, he did it, 6 times in 15 years, I guess we can say. It's hard to say with MJ, but we can safely say about 15 years. So way less time, way more production. What are we even talking about here? You know, like, I don't get it. It's the same reason why, Eli Manning, not in the GOAT conversation. Why? He's only got 2 rings, man. You know, he's only got 2 rings, and then the eye test will tell you, even though I'm a huge Eli Manning fan, the eye test will tell you there are greater quarterbacks out there. There were greater quarterbacks while he was playing. You know, there were greater quarterbacks before him, and there have been greater quarterbacks since him. So I don't care what the numbers say. We know he's not the GOAT. In fact, his brother is one of those players, those quarterbacks who are greater than him. You know, it is what it is. But anyways, that's my analogy for today. Great video from Scap. I'm gonna hire the employee who ships out more packages in less time, and he's also not crowning himself the entire time, calling him a GOAT, and whatever the hell that means. We all know it's Teen Wolf anyways. I don't know what this is all about. Oh man. All right, Bruce Lee signing out, everybody. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, and hit that bell notification. And be water, my friends.